come to worship, to hear the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I proclaim that good news today on behalf of Centennial Lutheran Church in Colorado. This is the Holy Gospel according to the community of St. John in the 10th chapter. Glory to you, O Lord. I am the Good Shepherd. The Good Shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The hired hand, who is not the shepherd and does not own the sheep, sees the wolf coming and leaves the sheep and runs away, and the wolf snatches them and scatters them. The hired hand runs away because the hired hand does not care for the sheep. I am the Good Shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep. I have other sheep that do not belong to this fold. I must bring them also, and they will listen to my voice, so there will be one flock and one shepherd. For this reason, the Father loves me, because I lay down my life in order to take it up again. No one takes my life from me, but I lay it down of my own accord. I have the power to lay it down, and I have the power to take it up again. I have received this command from my Father. The gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, O Christ. It's Good Shepherd Sunday. It's one of my very favorite Sundays of the church year. Wonder why? Sheep and lambs and shepherds and staffs, sheepfolds. What do we know of these things? Why do we rely on this ancient image of Jesus as the Good Shepherd? We know that we are not sheep. Yet we cling to this romantic description of us as the woolly sheep and of Jesus as the loving shepherd. Yet we are not sheep, we say. Now, people who work with sheep all the time tell me that the sheep are not high on the animal IQ list. As a matter of fact, it seems that sheep are just plain, well, not very bright. Their lack of aptitude places them in desperate need of a shepherd. And not just any kind of shepherd, but one who is watchful and careful and hardworking. There is one thing, however, that sheep do very well. Apparently, sheep eat like it's their job. They will munch away for hours on end. And a sheep left to itself will continue to eat until it drops down in a faint from exhaustion. The sheep doesn't know enough to lie down when it's tired. It's the shepherd's job to round up the sheep, take them to a place where there is nothing on the ground to eat, and make them lie down before they drop in their tracks. He makes me lie down in green pastures. But we are not sheep, we say. Our brains are much larger. Our IQs are higher. We do not need a shepherd to make us lie down. Ever gotten so busy, worked such long hours that you neglected your health, neglected your family and friends and your community? He makes me lie down. A rancher friend told me that sheep are afraid of fast-flowing water. Even a really thirsty sheep will not go near a fast river or stream. They would thirst to death on the bank first, before they would venture to the edge of a swiftly moving stream. They will stand and bleat in desperation, but they will not go near the fast-moving water to get a drink. Shepherd has to provide ponds or stock tanks or very slow-flowing streams in order to get them to drink. He leads me beside still waters. But we are not sheep, we say. We have enough sense to drink when we are thirsty. Ever been so afraid that you felt as though you were drowning in despair from depression or grief or illness or loneliness? He leads me beside still waters. Now, sheep eat with their heads down, and they don't pay much attention to their surroundings. They will eat themselves into these very tight places. They get caught in the thickets. They don't watch where they're going. They actually fall down cliffs, eating themselves right up to the edge and then crashing below. And then it's the shepherd's job to untangle the sheep or to haul it back up the cliff to a safe place, out of danger and away from death. He restores my soul. He leads me in right paths for his name's sake. We are not sheep, we say. Have you ever been pursued by danger? The dangers of this world, the dangers maybe of addiction, the dangers of a deadly virus. He restores my soul. He leads me in right paths for his name's sake. Now, sheep are herding animals, and even though they sometimes wander away, eat themselves away from the flock. They stray, not even noticing that they've left the safety of numbers in the flock. They stray. But before they get completely lost, the shepherd must go after the wandering sheep, find it, and bring it back to the safety of the flock. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. But we are not sheep, we say. Ever lost your way, felt uncertain, felt afraid about what the future holds, felt you could not bear to face another day? Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. A sheep's wool is protected from rain and snow and insects. It's protected by an oily coating called lanolin. Now, without the lanolin on their coat, wet sheep would freeze. They would fall ill, or they would suffer infection due to insect bites. The Creator provides sheep with lanolin. It is the protection that they need to survive. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. But once again, we are not sheep, we say. Ever felt weak or vulnerable in a relationship or among strangers? Ever wished for protection from your enemies? You prepare a table for me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. We may not be sheep, but sometimes we are most certainly sheepish. We stand in need of the love and the care of the Good Shepherd. We cling to the Good Shepherd's promise. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen.